In the heart of a gleaming city where skyscrapers touched the clouds, there stood the Grand Mirage Hotel, a beacon of luxury and quiet elegance. Alexander Hale worked there as a concierge, a man in his late 30s with kind eyes and a gentle smile that hid the weight of his daily struggles. He had short brown hair, neatly combed, and wore the simple gray uniform that marked him as part of the staff. Life had not been easy for Alexander. Widowed young, he raised his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, on his own, juggling shifts at the hotel with bedtime stories and school runs. He often thought back to simpler times, those carefree days of youth when dreams felt within reach, before responsibilities carved deep lines into his routine. The hotel lobby was a symphony of marble floors and crystal chandeliers, where guests from around the world came to escape their worlds. On this particular evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow through the tall windows, Alexander stood at his post, arranging reservations with his usual calm efficiency. He paused for a moment, remembering how his own father had taught him that hard work was the quiet foundation of a good life. It was a lesson from the old days, when families gathered around radios for stories, and patience was a virtue earned over time. Then she entered. Isabella Ruiz, the CEO and heiress to the Ruiz hospitality empire, strode through the doors with the poise of someone who commanded rooms without effort. In her late 30s, with long dark hair cascading over her shoulders and a striking red dress that hugged her figure, she exuded confidence and grace. Diamond earrings sparkled under the lights, and a delicate bracelet adorned her wrist. She was here for a routine inspection, but her mind wandered to the past as she scanned the familiar surroundings. Isabella had built her legacy on the lessons of her grandparents, who started with a small and during tougher economic times, reminding her that true wealth came from connections, not just accounts. As she approached the concierge desk, her eyes locked on Alexander. Time seemed to slow. She recognized him instantly, that same warm gaze from years ago. They had met in their early 20s, during a summer volunteer program at a community center, back when life was about shared laughs over simple picnics and dreams whispered under starry skies. He was studying engineering then, full of ambition, and she was the young woman finding her way beyond her family's shadow. They had fallen in love quietly, deeply, but circumstances pulled them apart. Her family's expectations led her abroad for business school, and his path twisted with unexpected hardships. Letters faded, and life moved on, but the memory lingered like an old song on the radio. Alexander looked up, his professional smile in place. "Good evening, ma'am. How may I assist you today?" His voice was steady, but there was a hint of fatigue from the long day. Isabella's heart raced. She studied his face, the subtle lines that spoke of years past. "Alexander. Is that really you?" He blinked, confusion crossing his features. Then recognition dawned, slow and sure. "Isabella. From back then." She nodded, a soft smile breaking through. "Yes. It's been so long. I can't believe it's you, here, in one of my hotels." The staff nearby, dressed in their crisp gray uniforms with white aprons, exchanged glances but continued their duties discreetly. Alexander felt a rush of emotions, surprise, joy, a touch of sorrow for the time lost. "Your hotels. You've done well for yourself. I always knew you would." They stepped aside to a quiet corner of the lobby, where potted plants offered a semblance of privacy. Isabella spoke first, her tone gentle. "Life took us on different roads. After I left for Europe, I threw myself into the family business. It grew, and here I am. But I've often wondered about you. What happened?" Alexander leaned against the wall, his hands in his pockets. He spoke slowly, choosing his words with care. "I finished my degree, started a job, met someone wonderful. We had Lily, our daughter. But then, illness took her mother too soon. I've been raising Lily alone, working here to make ends meet. It's not the life I imagined, but it's mine, and it's taught me that happiness comes in small moments, like her laughter after a tough day." Isabella listened, her eyes softening. She remembered their youthful talks about the future, how they promised to chase dreams together. Now, seeing him here, she felt a pull from the past. "I never married. The business consumed me. But success feels empty without someone to share it. Remember those evenings by the lake, talking about what really matters? Family, kindness, enduring through the storms." He nodded, a faint smile emerging. "I do. Those were good times. They remind me now that life isn't about the peaks, but the steady climb. My dad used to say, patience turns obstacles into stepping stones. It's wisdom that carries me through. As they talked, the conversation flowed like a gentle stream, touching on old memories and new realities. Isabella shared stories of boardroom battles, how she learned that true leadership meant lifting others up, not standing above them. Alexander spoke of Lily's school plays and the quiet pride in providing for her, echoing the values of generations past when community meant everything. The staff buzzed quietly in the background, sensing something unusual. Tension built as Isabella realized this reunion was no coincidence, it felt like fate's gentle nudge. She had searched for meaning in her polished world, and here was a piece of her heart, standing before her in humble attire. Finally, unable to hold back, Isabella stepped closer. "Alexander, I found you. After all these years, I found you." Her voice carried warmth, a soothing cadence that wrapped around the words. In that moment, with the chandelier's light casting soft shadows, she cupped his face gently and kissed him. It was a kiss born of rediscovered affection, tender and true, stunning the onlooking staff into silent awe. They froze, trays in hand, witnessing a bridge across worlds, wealth and simplicity uniting in human connection. Alexander pulled back slightly, surprised but not retreating. "Isabella, what does this mean?" She smiled, her hand on his. "It means second chances exist. Life teaches us that love doesn't fade, it waits. We can build something now, accepting each other as we are. No judgments, just understanding." In the days that followed, they took slow steps forward. Isabella invited Alexander and Lily to dinner, where laughter filled the air, reminiscent of family gatherings from decades ago. She offered him a better role in the company, not out of pity, but recognition of his quiet strength. Alexander accepted, knowing it was a partnership, not charity. Through it all, they shared life's wisdom, that acceptance heals old wounds, and human connections are the true legacy we leave. For in the end, as the years roll on, it's the warmth of rediscovered love that lights the way. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. And in the comments, Iski complete Banadu, tell me how you think their story continues.